Vorel. Aiden on top of your screen there, and Andrew down below. Andrew is rocking Demir mid-range, and his list is very interesting. It kind of looks like it's pre-sideboarded, to be honest, because he's got like one Deep Cavern Bet, he's got one Long Goodbye, one Fey Bloom Trick, one Tragic Trajectory. It's kind of just a mishmash of, I want to play everything, but I don't know what I want to play.
Yeah, that's so interesting. In particular, the one Deep Cavern Bat is like really tough for me to get my head around. But yeah, it could be what you're mentioning, that it's just thinking deeply about my optimal configurations before and after sideboard in a lot of matchups, and just wanting to be prepared with a lot of a lot of options.
Yeah. Both players with a turn 2 play here. Agatha's Soul Cauldron for Aiden, and Andrew flashing out the Floodpits Drowner. Doesn't have anything to target, but can get the beatdown going, taking Aiden down to 18. That multiversal passage art is so cool.
Yeah, and I like the way Aiden is displaying it with the blue mana symbol on top to represent that it became an island in this particular game.
Smart.
Meanwhile, no land drop for Andrew on his turn 3. Not a great sign.
Hey. Hi, Vivi. Not really where you want to see Vivi with a Cauldron on the board, but that will be a Phantom Interference. Almost said Phantasmal. That's not the right thing. Keeping Vivi off the board for now.
I really like that play from Aiden, though, because it's sort of like a catch-22. You know, you want to deal with Vivi on the battlefield, or you want to deal with Vivi in the graveyard.
Yeah. That's how you get Vivi in the bin. You just need your opponent to have reactive spells.
It works, though, because that's what Demir midrange does. It kills your creatures, counters your spells. What it can't do is remove a Soul Cauldron from the battlefield.
Blue-black, not so great at artifact removal. Multiversal Passage down once again. Aiden not going to take 2 damage, so let's see what the follow-up play here is. If anything, nope, Floodpits Drowner number 2. This hand was very reactive from Andrew, so far at least.
Yeah, so what Andrew's approach should be is just basically keeping Aiden's battlefield clear of creatures, and that's going to do 2 things. First of all, it's going to make these Floodpits Drowners into very meaningful threats that might just deal 20 damage.
Yeah.
But it's also going to stop him from utilizing the Soul Cauldron combo if he can't actually start developing his board.
Hey, finally we find land number 3 here. Spyglass Siren hits the board. A map generated, and now this is 6 power, potentially represented for Andrew if Aiden doesn't find a way to deal with these creatures. Ooh, I don't like this land go situation here.
Yeah, what is going on for Aiden? Does he just
have nothing?
What could he have at his hand?
I mean, you don't just keep a Cauldron VV hand, right? That doesn't seem correct.
I wonder if he could have Into the Flood Maw, which is not a super effective way to deal with the Floodpits Drowners.
They just come back. It's like playing catch and release with a fish that then just jumps back in the boat, you know?
He could have redundant copies of Soul Cauldron. He could have Wild Ride. But, I mean, just playing nothing is not a way to keep your head above water.
This is not good for Aiden. Just took another 5 there. I think the life total should be at 7. Yeah, he should be at 7. Andrew, unfortunately, didn't get that extra counter, which would be lethal here at this point. Found a land on top, and he's just going to jam. Creature damage. Woo! Yeah! My favorite thing. His hand must be absolute garbo. Oy, oy, oy. Down to 2. Needs to answer 3 threats. What? Good grief. Into the Floodmaw. Wouldn't do anything there to just, stem the bleeding. That was rough for Aiden.
It did not play out the way I expected it to. That was, one of the worst mana floods, that you're likely to see this weekend.
Yeah, that was super rough there for Aiden. Andrew picking up the win, though, from what could have been a awkward position for him. Kept a 2-lander, didn't find land 3 for quite a while. But those creatures just getting in there the entire time, not meeting any removal, no blockers at all. It just worked out so well for him in that situation.
Yeah, that's kind of what the Dimir deck wants to do. It wants to get ahead with some cheap creatures and then use its permission, its removal, its interaction to stop the opponent from getting back into the game. That was kind of easy mode since Aiden didn't have a lot of spells to cast even over the course of a 6, 7, 8 turn game. But, in fairness to Andrew, like, he did execute his plan, right? He played some flash creatures, he countered a key spell, and that was enough.
Yeah. He did what he needed to do there, friends. And what you need to do is come and visit us at the next SCG Con, which is going to be in Atlanta, January 9th to 11th, 2026. Don't start writing 2026 already. Some people have started doing that. It's real funny. But it's going to be in Atlanta, Georgia, where we were just recently for the Pro Tour. It's going to be standard, and there'll be coverage on the YouTube. So come and hang out. Visit starcitygames.com. It's also Spotlight the Avatar. So if you dig the series, you want to see the cards in action, you want to come play some, sealed or cube or commander, or just take part in any of the events, it's going to be an absolute blast. So yeah, check it out. Hope to see you there. You an Avatar fan?
I'm building up my interest in it. I watched an episode last night.
I watched 4 on the plane here.
Did you really? All right, great. Yeah, it's I think the
it's charming.
The common trajectory is you're an Avatar fan, and then the Magic cards come out, and you go, "Oh, I'll try Magic." But for me, it tends to be the opposite, where the Universes Beyond inspires me to get more into whatever IP we're crossing over with.
Yeah, that's very true for me as well. Although I haven't had a chance to play any Final Fantasy games, I will say. Sorry to disappoint you. I know you're a big fan.
There's still time.
Oh, there is. Yes,
absolutely. You have a flight home.
What am I going to play on?
Anything you're looking forward to next year?
I am looking forward to Lorwyn. Never been there since I've started playing Magic, so that's going to be real cool. The rest of the sets announced so far, nothing has sparked my interest just yet. I am, though, looking forward to the PlayStation Secret Lair, because I was a PlayStation kid growing up.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
okay.
So I actually made a Kratos deck with just a proxy, because the card's aren't available yet. And that deck is so fun, that card, because everything has haste, and if you don't attack, you get smacked for the number of creatures you don't attack with.
Okay.
It's so fun.
So it's like someone's going to die.
Someone's going to die, yeah. So, yeah, that's definitely my jam. Looks like game 2 is almost ready to rock and roll here. Players taking a look at their opening hands. Is this a keep here for Aiden? More things to do, sure is. Off we go. Multiversal Passage. This is the most played card from the Spider-Man set by a long shot.
Yeah, which that's not uncommon because a really nice multicolor land like this is just so likely to appear as like a 4 of or high counts in a variety of decks. So even though it's not maybe the flashiest or most exciting card, that title I might give to the Superior Spider-Man that we saw last round. It's that's not uncommon for just sort of like a core staple card or a desirable land to be the most played from a new expansion.
And Starting Town, probably the most played from Final Fantasy as well.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Andrew's got 3 Starting Towns, only 2 Cecils. So, yeah, it does beat out the Dark Knight.
So, fear of missing out on the board here for Aiden. If this can survive, he'll be in a more favorable position than he started out with last game.
It's actually kind of fascinating to me. I just, started pondering, like, well, 2 different 2-color decks in the 3-0 bracket facing off. Why does one elect to play Multiversal Passage and the other elect to play Starting Town? Just, cards that are pretty similar in power level and function, but just the little subtleties of maybe the Izzet deck wants to turn on its Verges a little bit more. Maybe the Dimir deck has a little bit better, more use for colorless mana, but yeah, just that type of deck building question is really interesting to me.
I request that you consult with your Team TCG player members.
Okay.
And get back to us about
I'll
that.
report back.
Finding lands here, both players. Doing a good job of keeping the board clear. Nathan Stoyer hits the board. Duelist of the Mind.
Yep, so this is something special about Aiden's particular take on Izzet Cauldron. He has 4 copies of Duelist of the Mind. This is a card that it's not impossible to see it, but I wouldn't consider it a part of the stock version of Izzet. So Aiden seeing something that other players aren't either valuing the flying attackers or just thinking that he can really supercharge the power of Duelist of the Mind by drawing a million cards.
I mean, it's a baby Steam Core Scholar, right?
Yep.
Basically, just in terms of what it can do if you have a disgusting board state and you've got multiple attacks. It's got Vigilance.
Anytime you use Agatha's Soul Cauldron to exile a card from the opposing graveyard, it means committing a crime, so that's pretty cool. Recurring way to do that.
And they say crime doesn't pay. Shoot the Sheriff, though, takes care of Duelist of the Mind. Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Also had quite a few key cards joining the standard metagame. Aiden now contemplating what turn 4 is going to look like for him. Has the Cauldron down. Can he capitalize on that? And can Andrew keep him off any game plan involving the powerful artifact? Big things here for Aiden.
Yeah, so in some ways resembling Game 1 where Aiden has the Cauldron on the battlefield but no creatures, but in some ways different because the players are a little bit more equalized on land. Andrew has not been able to get his offense set up yet.
Yeah.
So I think what Aiden wants to do is he wants to make a play that's strong enough where Andrew feels pressure to react. Because if he doesn't, if he passes the turn or does something kind of ineffectual, Andrew might take this turn to flash in something like Enduring Curiosity. Then once he's ahead, everything that the Dimir midrange deck starts to do becomes just that much more deadly because it's contributing to a preserved snowballing advantage.
Alrighty, that explains the big thing because we are flooding on key cards here. Quantum Riddler. Weirdest art I've seen of it. I actually haven't seen this version of it yet. But it is going to hit the board and draw some cards. Potentially, Tashana's Tidebinder says, nah, I'm good, thanks. So Andrew definitely sitting there waiting for Aiden to make a move. And even when it's cast later, it won't have its draw effect. Would it have the second line of text?
I believe it's all set now. Once it's exiled from the battlefield, the Tishana's Tidebinder can't remember the card, the permanent once it's warped off of the battlefield. Okay. So that was just a really clean cut. Basically, Andrew stifling the triggered ability to draw cards for Aiden, which was plenty good enough. But it does mean that Aiden's going to have access to the powerful 5-drop when he's ready for it.
Yeah. And if we hadn't seen that play there from Aiden, likely would have just been an animation of the Soulstone Sanctuary. Or if he had a threat like the cute little kitty Enduring Curiosity. Ooh. Die. Soon.
Okay, so this is Quantum Riddler entering the battlefield. Andrew's going to respond to the card draw trigger so that Aiden doesn't get the benefit of the passive ability, and he's only going to draw. So his trigger's going to resolve, but he's going to draw only 1 instead of 2.
Okay.
Oh boy, so now Andrew does Feybloom Trick, which, the extra text on that card's not super important on this battlefield, but just getting 2 bodies means that if he can deploy Enduring Curiosity or Kaito, he's going to be in really a dominant position to start snowballing and taking control of the game.
One of the arena championships I think the runner-up played Fablim Trick in their deck. It was more Is It Prowess at that time, but it was such a beating. No one had anything to deal with these flyers, so I kind of like Andrew's elevated approach to this archetype, following up here with a Cecil the Dark Knight. Now, this is a big board that needs to go die-die for Aiden if he wants a chance in this matchup.
Yeah, so Andrew way ahead on the board, but the good news for Aiden is there was no Enduring Curiosity, no Kaito, so he actually has an opportunity to fight fair.
Yeah.
If he can start deploying creatures, getting his card drawing online, maybe assemble that combo by dumping a VV into the graveyard, he can still win this game. The shields are down, but he needs to do something powerful this turn. If it's just some more Warping Quantum Riddlers, it might not be enough.
Yeah. I believe he's got 2 cards in hand, so his body language isn't screaming, yes, I'm going to kill the board. Tapping 3. First things first, Winter Night Stories.
Okay, decent start. I'd really love to see Aiden discard VV here in order to start powering up his deck. Does he have it?
Looks like he's got another Quantum Riddler in hand. And he's got a Fear of Missing Out. Just lean in a little bit there, Aiden. There you go. Looks like he's got a Profts in hand too. I bet he'd love a totally not illegal Blasphemous Act right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect him to have boarded in any kind of mass removal, but he does have access to 1 Pyroclasm.
Yeah. I mean, in this matchup, like, maybe that was a consideration for him, but, like...
Maybe.
I think it does enough for it to take a spot of something else.
Probably the more deep cavern bats your
Yeah,
Dimir opponent has, the more interested you'd be in a card like that.
3 toughness is really tricky here for Cecil in the land, especially. What do we got? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage on board.
Yeah, so Aiden needs to present some blockers or removal in order to survive. Right now he's thinking about what to discard to his Winter Night Stories. We do not believe he has a VV to dump into the graveyard, so now he's going to decide, do I want to just fight fair and try to play some blockers, or do I need to do some kind of desperation move like trying to draw into VV?
Yeah. Oh boy. Quantum Riddler. Draw.
I think this is he is deciding he's going to go all in looking for VV. So 4 more draw steps, 4 more draws to try to find the wizard that's so key to his deck. If he finds it, he can discard it, and then he can exile it and get a burst of 5 mana right away.
Yeah, I don't think he found it. That is so rough, man. This deck did him dirty this round.
Yeah, definitely not the draws he was hoping for.
Andrew on the other side of things, definitely in the dominant position. Looks to be advancing to 4-0 very shortly. Let's see what Aiden discards here.
So let's say, for the sake of argument, Aiden goes Island into the Flood Maw. You can't target the Soulstone Sanctuary. Is that a legal move?
Let's find out. Into the Flood Maw, return, if you gift a fish, I think, return target creature. If it was return target non-land permanent, no, they shouldn't be able to target that.
Can you just use the bounce target creature mode?
Yes.
Okay, so that's great.
Right.
So yeah, he takes 3 power off the battlefield without having to reset the Tishana's Tidebinder.
Yeah.
So that's
something.
That's another turn.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, down to 2.
Yeah, actually, Andrew would win with a Kaito, but he doesn't have that.
Jitsu in the powerful Planeswalker creature friend. Soulstone Sanctuary hits the board again. Azure Beastbinder, unlockable. This card has also seen a lot more play lately. I really enjoy this little rat rogue friend.
All right, so now we rinse and repeat. Aiden has, again, this moment where he has all this mana. He has the Soul Cauldron ready to go, but he's got to do something powerful because he has basically 6 almost lethal threats on the other side of the battlefield.
Yeah.
So just, some cards here and there are not going to do it. He really needs to assemble that VV combo.
Last gasp attempt here now for Aiden to try and level the playing field against Andrew Vorel playing Demir midrange. Will VV arrive fashionably late to this party and stabilize Aiden Mirabelli? So this is the third or fourth Quantum Riddler we've seen this game.
At least the third.
This
Yeah,
is
you're
third,
right.
Yeah. Good grief. No draw yet, right?
Yeah, so he's warping Quantum Riddler. Andrew is thinking in response. Or actually, Aiden could be thinking in response. He could say, trigger on the stack, I'm going to take an action.
Cool, yeah. I like that. Get rid of the thing that can't be blocked. You don't really want to get to Shauna. It's got to be one of the flyers or Cecil. Yeah. Get rid of one of those permanently. Now we get to draw two because the hand has less cards in it. Did you find VV? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So he's almost seen half his deck and no VV. Prof's eidetic memory. Wouldn't he draw two then? Because of Quantum Riddler still being out?
Depends on the number of cards in his hand. Oh, it looks like he found the VV, but he couldn't at that point discard it. And so he wasn't able to combo, and he just got overwhelmed by the big board of creatures.
Oh, man. That was one of the roughest matches I have seen for